Our number one fan decided that the fan name for our fans is Midlighties. So shout out to the
Oh.
Midlighties out there.
What? Can't it be like the Crisis Squad?
I thought our fans were called creepy obsessive vampire stalkers.
Oh yeah.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Midlight Crisis, a real podcast hosted by three grown-up biologists revisiting books from our teens, and it's totally cool. I am one of your hosts, Sophie, and today I have been genetically recombined with a bird that has a superpower, but a small amount, just like the tiniest 2% amount.
Uh-huh.
And that bird is a big dirt hawk. You know,
Big dirt hawk.
big dirt hawk. Big is the superpower.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, big dirt hawk. That feels like a thing that probably should exist.
A dirt hawk does feel like the name of like a car or a truck or something. You know, like buy the dirt hawk today.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
You know those TV ads.
Yeah, the TV ads for sure.
Yeah. For big dirt hawks.
It does sound like an ATV.
That's probably what I was actually trying to say.
Great.
Anyway, who are you guys?
Well, my name is Sam, and today I am combined with 2% of a lycanthropic Dr. Nightjar.
There's a lot going on there.
There's a lot going on there.
Wow, a Dr. Nightjar.
A Dr. Nightjar, but it's a werewolf, which I'm not super keen on for my doctors. Because I'm prejudiced.
Oh.
Yeah, when are you seeing your doctors at night?
That's a great... I mean, I don't see doctors at all. I definitely don't see doctors like that.
It's the romantic interest in a paranormal romance for sure. The lycanthropic Dr. Nightjar.
Yes.
Yeah. Or maybe it's just like one of those, you know, those lichen cats?
There's a lichen cat?
They're like this kind of recent cat breed that were bred to not have an undercoat.
Oh?
So they have like very noticeable guard hairs. Like they're more naked. They're like a shade naked, like just close to a naked cat. But they have enough like guard hairs that they don't necessarily look naked, but they do look bedraggled. And kind of like you think a werewolf looks like.
Why?
You know.
No, I don't.
Well, it looks like a little baby werewolf. That's why people want it.
That's why they want it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry. Were you being confused
Yeah.
about it being lichen and not lycan? As in lycanthropic?
I sure was.
I just couldn't visualize what you were describing, like, at all. I was like, what in the hell is she talking about? But if you Google lichen cat, it makes sense.
Yeah, I think they're called lycoi.
Lycoi,
They are, but if you Google lichen cat, you get the lycoi cat. So it works.
But if you Google lichen cat, as in lichen, the symbiotic organism that grows on trees sometimes.
Yeah.
What does that do?
Nothing.
We were talking about
you get
werewolves.
cat infections.
Why were you thinking about lichen as in tree?
Because you said lichen. And I was like, oh, Sophie said lichen. It must be...
It must be the stuff that grows on rocks.
It must be the stuff that grows outside.
But I said it first, which means that it's associated with werewolves.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, no explanation.
In the context of us talking about werewolves,
Listen.
it seems
homophones are hard, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, I'm here.
Who are you?
I don't grow on a tree. My name is Hannah, and today I am 2% of a flaming birthday ptarmigan.
Oh, a birthday ptarmigan.
Hey,
a birthday ptarmigan.
Month.
It is my birthday month.
Wow.
And
it works.
Sometimes you put flames on a birthday cake. So
yeah.
Really, this is completely sensible.
Yep.
If you don't think about it, it makes sense.
Why would you call a bird a birthday blank? Like, what is it? The color?
It's so festive. No, it's because he
Yeah.
found it. The guy who discovered it, it was his birthday, but he was one of those really annoying people who was like, "Oh, like it's my birthday week, and we have to do something every day for my birthday week, and you have to pay attention to only me on my birthday week." And he's like, "Oh my god, we discovered this bird in my birthday week,"
Yeah.
and then somebody lit him on fire because he was so annoying. That's why.
Yeah.
I haven't written fiction in a while. I feel like it's
No,
showing.
it's great. It's great. No, I do like the idea that it was found on his birthday. But normally you can't get away with that with birds, but I feel like with like ants or something,
Mm.
it's always like this ant, like these 47 millipedes were all named after the McElroy brothers because nobody else cared what he named them.
Maybe it was, but it was like a long time ago. That's why they got away with it.
Sure, Linnaeus was like, "It's
Yeah,
my birthday
it's
today."
it's my birthday. It's me, Linnaeus, and it's my birthday.
Tarmagus birthdaicus. Anyway, cool. Yeah, of course. All of that makes sense. We are genetically recombined with birds that have superpowers this
Mhm.
week. Obviously, because we have been reading Maximum Ride, The Angel Experiment. And as always, we read 4 chapters this week. So how about you guys tell us what happened in them?
We end part 4, New York, New York, with an angry kid yelling at the flock for messing up his MacBook, amongst Max recovering from another bout of wicked bad brain pain. The kid, then refers to Max as Fang's girlfriend, telling Fang he should take her to the hospital, and then continues to tell the flock to stop screwing with his motherboard. Max then finally gets enough wits back to her to ask the kid what the heck is he talking about, to which the kid then shows his Mac with all the flashing images, drawings, maps, and streams of code that have also been coming across her own vision amongst the wicked bad brain pain. Gasp.
Gasp.
Which then brings us to part 5, which is so titled, The Voice, Make That My Voice, which is a very strange title. But anyways, with chapter 86 and the words, Hello Max, popping up on the screen of the Mac. This then follows that Max then hears some words in her head about somebody is so glad that she came to New York, and he has big plans for her. And this is all inside her head. It's very creepy. We don't know what's going on.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, before the computer shuts off for good, we get 4 key words. Institute for Higher Living. And if that doesn't sound like a cult, I don't know what does.
Seriously,
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yikes. All right, well, the tech geek does tech geek things and reveals that he is a schizophrenic boy prodigy of some kind who got kicked out of MIT for not taking his meds. Then he gets paranoid that someone sent Fang after him because of his elite hacker skills, and he runs away. Somehow, all of the children have slept through this whole thing, so the older kids fall asleep into the next chapter. They wake up in chapter 88 and emerge from the subway to get peanuts for breakfast. Max decides that the best way to try to find the Institute for Higher Living is by calling the operator on a payphone. Weirdly, that doesn't work. Even more weirdly, they pass by one of those like cartoon stores with a giant wall of TVs all playing the same thing, and what those TVs play is the words, "Good morning, Max." That's when the voice, with a capital V, reappears, and it says, "Playing is learning, Max. Games test your abilities. Fun is crucial to human development. Go have fun, Max. Get on the Madison Avenue bus. Get off when it looks fun." So, there's that.
Uh-huh.
Yep,
That's it?
that's it.
That's
Look,
it.
Based on your summary, I don't want kids today thinking that those stores that just have 40 TVs in them didn't exist.
I feel like I've only ever seen them in cartoons and sitcoms.
Well,
I
They
feel-
probably did exist, but I grew up in a suburb, so
okay.
yeah.
Listen, I've been through Scarborough, Toronto.
Oh,
They
whoa.
have those.
They have those. That seems like something Scarborough would have. You're right.
Yeah.
Get wrecked, Scarborough.
Anyway, back to the beginning part.
Yeah, this chapter had some like choice insults, eh?
Oh, so good.
Oh my
So
goodness.
good.
They're all extremely PG.
It's
Starting with "you
so
worthless
funny.
dipstick."
We got another dipstick.
We got another
Yeah.
dipstick.
And then the other one, which was the kid saying, "None of your beeswax."
None of your beeswax. Definitely a tough guy living underground kind of thing to say for sure.
Yeah, this is like you're on the playground at school.
Yeah,
and there's an adult like 2 feet away.
yeah. I mean, you'd probably still get in trouble for saying none of your beeswax because it's mean.
Rude.
Yeah.
It's rude.
Rude is the word I was looking for, thank you. I tried to look up the etymology of the phrase mind your own beeswax.
How'd that go?
Surprisingly poorly. I thought it was going great at first. It was like, here is like a very specific example. It's because it's from like in the 18th century, people had all these gnarly smallpox scars that they wanted to hide, so they would cover them up with beeswax. And then if someone was looking too closely at your face, you would say, mind your own beeswax. And I was like, wow, that's so interesting. And then I kept looking, and multiple websites were like, that's a lie. There's no evidence to back that up. The earliest known usage of the phrase
Yeah.
mind your own beeswax was in a 1929 children's book many years after the
Yeah.
18th century potential origination. So who knows where it came from?
I thought it was just because it sounded like business at the beginning.
That's
Yeah,
the most
that's
popular
also-
theory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much like the use of dipstick.
Yeah.
Here.
It sounds like the meaner version.
Yeah. Oh, it's just so funny.
Yeah. Fang also calls this kid brain dead, which is
Oh, yeah.
also like a very 2000s insult,
Kid.
I feel like.
2000s
Yeah.
kid insult.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Fang says, if you're not brain dead, you'll get out of here. And then Max editorializes, being like, no one sounds colder or meaner than Fang when he wants to. It's like, I think somebody probably could have.
Yeah. Fang is
Yeah.
14. Teenagers are not intimidating.
Cold or mean. Really?
No, like 14-year-olds are not scary once you're not 14 yourself.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
when I was 14, 14-year-old boys were very scary, but they were also mean to me, so...
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Maybe by that logic, I would be afraid of a 14-year-old right now. Just,
Great point.
childhood trauma.
Yeah.
I do get uncomfortable around children of any age. So it's like, can you just not?
Any of the teenagers, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, let's just not. Which is one of many reasons why I'm not a mother.
Yeah.
There's so many
Being
of them.
afraid of teens.
Just like not enjoying that vibe.
Yeah.
Not into that.
Do we want to talk about the brain disease that Max has?
Like, what it is, or what we
Well,
think it is, or are we going into
so-
the schizophrenia?
So the thing is that there was a lot of reveals over these 4 chapters.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But in the first chapter, before I rolled into the next chapter, I decided to look up Max's symptoms.
Okay.
Oh no, why do you we never Google symptoms?
Yeah, but they're not my symptoms, so it's fine. Because if Max had Googled it, she might start to worry that she has temporal lobe epilepsy.
Oh, jeepers.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Actually, that's kind of what I thought when with the way it was described.
And the way, like, honestly, this whole chapter just really, really implies that this is what she's got, because temporal lobe epilepsy can cause you to have closed eye hallucinations. So it's not a dream and it's not open eye hallucinations, but it's where your eyes are closed and you're seeing all these strange images or like colors or something like that. And Max does say at the beginning of the chapter that her eyes are closed, I think. Like images flashed across the backs of my eyes. Whatever that means.
Whatever that is.
Do you mean eyelids?
Her eyes rolled back in her head, but like literally, I guess.
Yeah, but one of the other symptoms for temporal lobe epilepsy is that you can have very strong feelings associated with it, like coming out of nowhere. And one of the feelings they note specifically is deja vu.
Oh.
And so my theory at this point was, I was like, wow, wouldn't it be fun if Max actually wasn't seeing those exact flashing images, drawings, maps, etc. that are listed, but she has such strong feelings of deja vu that she thinks those are the ones she saw.
Interesting.
The ones that are like showing up on the computer screen. I was like,
Mhm.
it would be something that could be true.
Yeah. If this book had that much effort put into it,
Yeah.
that would be a really good explanation.
Or if an even better explanation hadn't come up in the next 3 chapters.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Anyway, that was my theory.
I just figured it was the microchip doing something to her, but
Yeah.
that makes sense too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not think about the biology of it, somewhat ironically, but I did try to research what a power book was, which is the kind of
Ooh.
laptop that
Yeah.
this homeless tech boy has. And apparently this was like a high-end, like cutting-edge laptop in the early 2000s.
Wow.
They were like targeted to the professional market and were often like the first models to like have new features added to them. And they were like really praised for their long battery life, which was about 3 hours.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's better than mine currently, so.
This was when they were new. They could get 3 hours. 3 hours during like
Whoa.
normal use. They had a maximum battery life of 5 hours, which is pretty
Dang.
cool.
Truly a power book.
A power book. But yeah, when that line was canceled, or not canceled, but it was like phased out and replaced with a MacBook Pro. So that's like kind of the same niche that the PowerBook was supposed to be occupying in the early 2000s, which I guess makes sense if this kid, as we'll find out, is some kind of like hacker wonderkind. Makes sense that he has a really, really expensive laptop that he wears around his neck like a xylophone.
The kids who were reading this book in 2006 were like, damn, a
Damn,
power
a power
book.
book. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you just said it. What does the part? It's attached to straps around his shoulders like a xylophone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
It's like a mobile desk. Like he's got like
Yeah.
like have you ever seen like a marching band? Like the
Yeah.
xylophones? They have to like walk with them on their chests, and then they're in front, they're going boop 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 boop, and I'm making the movements just so everybody
Yeah,
listening
okay.
Okay,
knows.
yeah.
Okay, see, because I could not find a picture of someone like wearing a xylophone.
Google marching band.
I did not look up marching band xylophone. That's fair.
I am a past band kid.
I thought he was getting confused with like a keytar.
Guitars are cool, but very different vibe.
Yeah. And somehow less dorky.
This marching band xylophone is pretty dorky. I don't know.
That's what I mean. A keytar is somehow less dorky than the xylophone, even though
Oh, sure,
keytars are
yes.
super dorky.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like, my dude, can you not just carry it in a backpack? But, like, this is probably why it's so dingy. It's described as dingy. Like, yeah, maybe if you carry it around open all the time in the subway sewer tunnel or whatever.
Well, maybe he's actually onto something here. This is probably the first standing desk.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's way ahead of the curve.
He's way okay. Yeah.
But that's got to be terrible for his neck, whereas a standing desk is actually supposed to be good for your body. I feel
Yeah.
like that one's not.
Probably not.
No.
What has anyone ever carried a computer like that?
I don't think
No.
so. No.
Probably not.
I'm trying to come up with an example of why someone would actually do this, and I can't think of one.
I was wondering if maybe in your PowerBook research you found and the mobile PowerBook stand.
No, they just look like old chunky laptops. Some of them not even that chunky. Some of them are like regular looking laptops.
Wow. It's almost like 2006. Wasn't that long ago.
I know. I don't know why I was so shocked that they were just like regular laptops. It was almost 20 years ago. Like that's kind of a long
It
time
is
ago.
a long time ago.
It's kind of a long time.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I'm happy for him and his youthful back.
Yeah, must be nice.
It'll be fine.
Did I tell you that I'm 31 now and I played fetch with a dog on the weekend for 15 minutes and I hurt my arm
Yes,
so
welcome.
badly that I could not pick up my wine glass and my arm still hurts 4 days later.
But Hannah, it was wine o'clock.
It was wine o'clock. It was like 4. I didn't even like throw the ball like hard or anything. I was just tossing it and I hurt
that
myself.
sounds right.
Yeah,
so
sounds
much.
very right.
You have to stretch properly before throwing a ball for a dog these days.
Yeah. It was like less than a week after I turned 31. My body was like, haha.
Suck it.
You're gonna regret this. Okay, anyway. Welcome to New York, Max, says this computer.
Yeah, okay. For some reason, the computer is talking to Max, and also now there is a voice in her head.
Yeah, like both at the same time.
Why
Well,
both?
consecutively. Like,
Yeah.
both times it shows up in these 4 chapters. It
Yeah.
gets her attention on a computer or a TV screen, and then it just talks in her head.
Yeah.
Must assert dominance on all types of
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
like, okay, if you were gonna make it a very specific reason why Max can hear a voice in her head or a voice is talking to Max, I feel like you should just pick one or the other,
Right?
you know?
Like, it seems a little gratuitous.
You know? Well, I have an explanation for this.
Oh,
Do
great. Okay.
tell.
Because much like in 2023, in 2002, everyone was really excited about brain computer interfaces.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Weird that we are reading this book at the same time as there are a bunch of news articles out now about Neuralink,
Really?
Elon Musk brain computer
Oh.
interface project.
See,
Oh.
I don't know anything about this because I try to avoid thinking about that dipstick
Me
at all costs.
too.
Yeah, that's why I only wanted to talk about the 2002 one.
Okay.
But there's a bunch of controversy about what's happening right now. And
Oh.
honestly, the most cutting description of Elon Musk's Neuralink is that, like, on the Wikipedia page for it, it says, like, even though this technology has been around since 2002,
Get him.
and it's like, yeah,
Get
he
him.
has made no progress. He just decided to do it again, but different. Anyway, so in 2002, there were a bunch of articles published all at once because somebody had successfully created like a brain implant on rhesus monkeys
Oh.
that allowed them to move like cursor essentially around a screen just with their minds. So it used their like brain patterns to it basically just directly connected their brain to a computer. And I am assuming that this is what James Patterson has, like, what spawned this idea
Mm-hmm.
for Max's wicked bad brain pain and resulting computer brain interface.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wow.
Yeah.
Historical context.
Yeah,
What a
it was
wonderful
kind
thing.
of interesting because while I was looking this up, I found out that there's like the only I think the only technology of this kind that has gone through clinical trials and is like used, or this is kind of based off of the 2002 data, but I think since nothing like has changed about it since, like there's been no big like failure or whatever, I'm
Uh-huh.
pretty sure this is still pretty commonly used. Somebody called Professor Ashley Craig invented this thing called the mind switch, which is a like I guess EEG kind of thing where it like connects outside your brain. So it doesn't go inside anywhere.
Okay.
And it just allows like disabled people to manipulate devices.
Oh.
So there was like some scathing a scathing interview with him where even in like 2002 when he was talking about this monkey experiment, he's like, well, we were able to do one that is outside of the brain and didn't need to have any surgery. All you have to do is actually do some work to filter out the noise.
Oh my god.
It was so funny.
Peak petty science right there.
Yeah. So that was pretty good. And I think he's right. But anyway, that's clearly
Uh-huh.
not what Max has.
No. She's got something in there for sure.
Yeah, Max has the 2006 equivalent of the Elon Musk
Ugh.
Neuralink.
Yeah.
Poor Max. She's gonna start getting ads.
Yeah, really. She's gonna start getting far right tweets in her brain.
No.
Oh.
Anyway, so that's what I think Max has.
That sucks. The only question, and therefore because this is a short chapter, literally the only thing that I thought about it. Do you think Angel can hear the voice in Max's head since she can read minds?
Oh.
I think so, but I guess we'll find out.
I would assume she can because if someone were to like transmit thoughts within someone's brain, they'd have to be at like the same frequency or whatever a normal thought is. So then Angel, in theory, should be able to.
That makes sense.
If my like kind of thought of thoughts being frequency or waves or whatever makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Presumably thoughts are electric
Electrical.
impulses?
Yeah.
Electrical?
Yeah, that's so like assuming her power is based off being able to read those electrical impulses and assuming that the person putting these thoughts in Max's brain is creating electrical impulses for her to hear them,
Mhm.
I would vote yes, Angel can hear them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird though because Max has had these 2 other brain attacks or some number of brain attacks, and at least one of them Angel's been nearby.
Yeah, and she hasn't said anything.
Yeah, but I think Max passed out after
That's
the
true.
one that Angel was there for though.
But does this maybe not go in? Isn't there a theory that Angel's evil or has been like
I think
manipulated?
Angel's evil.
Yeah, so what if like she knows exactly what's going on and isn't saying anything because she is like suspiciously quiet. So like she knows and she's just like leading them on because this is all part of the test for Max or whatever. But she knows. She knows what's up.
She does know.
I don't think. Okay, I could be wrong, but I think Angel becomes evil in that she starts thinking that like she is the one who should save the world or something like that. Like she thinks she can do things better. Yeah. And so like at this point she's not like evil necessarily.
No, I like my theory.
I think it's because it's like the second or the third book, right, where she's evil.
Yeah, like I don't think she is outwardly evil in this one. Maybe. I don't even know if she's evil at all. I just feel like she is.
That's just the feeling I get. Like, because wouldn't she say something to Max? Like, Max, what the fuck? There's some man in your head? Like, it just seems weird. And she's 6. 6-year-olds have no filters. Oh, true. Fair point.
Yeah, like she is asleep in this one.
But not in the
previous one.
No.
Yeah.
Although I guess in the previous one she had just been rescued from a harrowing captivity, so maybe she wasn't firing on all cylinders.
Also, didn't they land and immediately get attacked by erasers?
I think so.
Okay, but if a third time
if
she doesn't say anything, then she's evil for sure.
Yeah. I think also this is the first time the voice has spoken to Sam.
Sam?
Sam, to me?
Sam.
What's up?
Sam, ride.
Sam, wait, did you see did you see discussion in this book? Whoa, I didn't read any. Someone's speaking to you through the book.
Nah, I'm only in one of the books, and it was the one that I actually originally liked, so... Actually, I don't even know if he shows up in the first one. Anyways, it's fine.
Yeah, I think he isn't till the second one. Anyway, this is the first time the voice has spoken to Max.
Yeah.
Or Sam, I guess, because this is the first chapter that we're reading it in.
Yeah, either one.
So maybe Angel just like couldn't see the pictures. Maybe she can only understand like verbalized thoughts.
No, I was thinking that, but she did see the route out of the rat cage.
Yeah, she did.
Maze.
She did.
Rat maze. Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Maybe she just thought it was like like background noise in Max's brain.
Yeah, she's like, wow, Max's brain is always like that.
It's just like, there's a lot of nonsense going on in there. That's fine. I'm used to it.
I mean, if you're hearing everyone around you,
right?
It probably seems like that.
Yeah, like maybe she just straight up doesn't notice because it's just a bunch of extra out of focus noise, so to speak. I don't know. We'll find out soon, hopefully. I feel like these chapters are trying to be so mysterious with this capital V voice being like, oh my god, this mysterious voice. But part 5 or whatever of this book is literally called Make That My Voice. So it's like, okay, so it's Max. It's Max's voice. You already told me.
I think it means like it's my voice in my head. Like it's the voice that is only heard by me.
It honestly makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like zero. It's really dumb.
It is.
I don't think anybody's supposed to read the names of the parts is the thing. You're supposed to just flip past it really fast while you're like, wow, I gotta know what happens next.
Well, that's dumb. They're not reading it like we are, and they should be taking us into consideration.
Yeah, it's just really...
It should make sense.
It should make sense. I guess I'm giving them too much credit since the previous section was called New York.
That at least made sense. This one still doesn't make sense.
You know, after approximately half of this book, I feel like we know Max really well right now.
Yeah.
The voice, Make That My Voice, does sound like a joke Max would make, even though it's not really a joke. Where she's like, haha, it's my voice. Like in my head. It's mine.
Like, it's mine in my head. Okay.
Yeah. Haha.
Ha. Nailed it. Okay, great. Anyway, the Institute for Higher Living, eh?
Yeah. It does sound like the same brand as the Institute of Realizing Your Pet's Inner
It
Potential.
does.
It does.
It
Seems
does.
kind of woo-woo.
Yeah, so I tried to Google the Institute for Higher Living to see if there's anything called that. And the
Sure.
only thing I could find was a concierge psychiatry practice in Atlanta that has a broken website and no social media updates since 2021.
It's a front.
It seems pretty suspicious to me.
I mean, this is a very good name for something you don't want anyone to bother looking at, because
Right?
I'm imagining you go there to do yoga and spend $1,000 on something like probiotic shake.
It also sounds like a weed thing. Like someone's selling really fancy weed.
Yeah. Like it's like they're like all of the weed dispensaries are
Yeah.
named something funny. This one's named the Institute of Higher Living, and it's only open for like 3 weeks before it's shut down. But
Yeah. Yeah, whatever it is, there's a lot of drugs there.
yeah. Ayahuasca or
Yeah, you know,
weed.
psychiatry practice, maybe there's like some SSRIs. could be anything.
Those are real though.
So is weed.
Oh right, yeah.
My favorite fiction things are seahorses and marijuana. Definitely don't exist in real life.
Ayahuasca is also real. I think I meant real
Yeah.
medicine. Which is sort of
Probably.
rude to weed, which might also be medicine.
I was gonna say marijuana can be used as actual prescribed medication.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, before I get canceled for my weed opinions, let's talk about the next chapter. There were some long chapters in this, and by that I mean more than a page.
Yeah, they were like 2 pages.
Some really big chapters in this batch.
Yeah, I am just like so taken aback by this teen prodigy computer boy who got accepted to MIT at a very young age and then immediately got expelled for not taking his psychiatric medications.
Please, he is the geek.
Sorry, the
Yeah.
geek, yes.
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna come back?
Yeah.
Is he from... he's probably from the Institute, eh? If he's super, super smart, but also schizophrenic.
No, I think he ends up being like their buddy.
Oh.
He probably like saves them or something in one of their eraser chases. That sounds like something that would
Yeah.
happen.
Or they like
Okay.
try and find him again. Like I'm remembering that he comes back.
He's
Okay.
like the competent NPC.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
his role in this story, maybe.
Yeah.
To be determined.
No, that makes sense. He's like the DM PC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do we think his name is?
The geek, I think.
The geek.
The geek. I think it starts with an M based on my memories, but I think I might be getting confused between MIT and Mac, which are both associated with him now.
Yeah.
That I might just be thinking his name is one of those.
Yeah, I have Milton in my head, but I think that's just because I've been watching Love is Blind and also MIT. So
I'm gonna guess Nigel. I don't know why.
That's a good
but
guess.
That's a good guess.
Nigel.
he's got to have like kind of a dorky name, right?
Sure, yeah. Gotta. One of
Yeah.
those dorky names.
You're gonna tell me Milton is not a dorky name? Very dorky sounding name to me. Anyway, Max is
Yep.
2005 language in this chapter.
Oh yeah.
Yikes.
Oh yeah. It's very classic.
It's not
Yikes.
great.
No.
Good thing James Patterson has already been canceled.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna get rid of that cockroach. It is interesting how some of the like really questionable language that is used in this book around mental health issues and specifically schizophrenia were so normalized less than 20 years ago that it was
Yeah.
okay to put in a children's book.
Yep.
I mean, people would probably still call a kid like this crazy today.
That's true, yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
great point.
Great point. I mean, honestly, I was kind of surprised that there was such like actual quote unquote representation.
Uh-huh.
Like this kid isn't the bad guy, which is what normally happens with people who have mental illness.
True, yeah.
They just like, yeah, factually describe that he is schizophrenic and he took medication for it and then he didn't want to take it anymore. And then his
Mhm.
behavior is kind of treated as like harmless.
Mm-hmm.
You know, rather than it's usually always shown in the worst possible light or unrealistic, like, oh, they attacked them or they whatever.
Mm-hmm.
None of that's happening. It's like, was this unfortunately the first book where it was just like, yeah, this person's normal, and people with schizophrenia often end up homeless and,
Yeah.
you know?
Wow. James Patterson, ahead of his time,
Does James
somehow.
Patterson need to be uncanceled for this?
Are we about to uncancel James
Are we about
Patterson?
to uncancel James
No,
Patterson?
no.
But have you heard how hard it is to be a man and an
Oh, that's
author?
true.
They don't
Yeah.
they don't publish any men's books anymore.
No,
I
definitely
can't
not.
even. I like don't even like you saying that in a sarcastic way. Like it actually
Yeah.
hurts me hearing that come from your mouth with your
I'm
voice.
sorry. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of interesting.
That is interesting. I'm excited for this guy to come back because he is a very interesting character and has more than one trait, even if like his two traits are geek and schizophrenia. But
Yeah.
like that's two. He's also like a homeless MIT dropout, so that's four. That's four whole
That's four
traits.
things.
Does Max even have four traits? I don't think so.
Probably not. No, she got a fourth one with this chapter. Voice
Oh,
and
true.
head.
Right? Yeah. Add that to her character sheet.
Yep. I also liked the use of brainiacs.
Yeah.
When was the last time anyone used brainiac?
Bring Brainiac back.
That's really all I had to say about him, though.
Yeah. Once again, I'm surprised and perplexed by Max's not even pop culture knowledge in this case, like history knowledge.
Yeah.
Because she
Mhm.
compares herself to Joan of Arc. Max, how do you know who Joan of Arc is? Wait, no, religion. Okay, hold up.
It's still religion.
It's another religious thing. I answered my own question. Okay.
No, I was on board before you finished your sentence because I was like, that is weird because, like, I don't even know how, as Max says, going crazy will lead her to greatness, like Joan of Arc.
Yeah.
I don't know Joan of Arc's story well enough for that.
I should probably know it better, what with the Catholicism and Joan of
Uh-huh.
Arc being literally a saint. But the gist of it is that she allegedly got, like, visions and a holy mission from God to help the French fight the English. And when she was captured by the English, they burned her at the stake for blasphemy.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's all I know about her.
Yeah,
That sounds right.
that's more than me.
There's like something about her going crazy, but again, I am not religious.
Maybe that's the battle madness.
Yeah, something like that.
She's a berserker. No, I think it was that, like, she was having visions that she and
Yes.
various other people attributed to the angels.
That sounds
And
right.
other people, like the English, for example, were like, that's nuts.
Yeah. That sounds
Burn
right.
her.
Burn her.
Burn her.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. So Joan of Arc, possibly also schizophrenic? Who even knows?
Yep. Max getting God visions straight into her brain.
Straight into her brain. I mean, how else are you supposed to get a message from God? I guess on a TV.
Yeah. Maybe this is more specifically to me, but I was like, because I feel like if you're going to talk about visions and stuff,
Mhm.
you'd probably be like, oh, like Cassandra, the
Oh, yeah.
Greek myth. But I was like, I feel like more people would get that reference, but maybe not.
I didn't
I
get
don't
that
know.
reference.
I'd have to
Unclear.
think about it, probably.
Yeah.
Her deal was that she had visions of the future and no one believed her, right?
Yeah.
At least,
The
like,
curse.
ooh, the curse. Like, Fang and Iggy believe Max.
I mean, I don't think Max has revealed any of this as visions yet, though.
That's a good point.
Like when she was like, the library. And they're like, how does she do it?
How does she
It's
do it?
visions from God.
Okay, can we also just talk about how, like, Iggy wakes up at the end of this chapter?
Yeah.
Fang has been awake the whole time. The three kids completely slept through the whole thing, even though they're, like, traumatized, partially bird, like, kids on the run. And Max is, like, writhing around screaming in pain, then getting yelled at by this homeless boy, then having the rest of this happen, like, getting this kid's life story. And then this kid starts screaming again because he thinks Fang has been sent to catch him for his hacker skills. And then he runs away. And then Iggy wakes up and they talk to Iggy.
Yeah, because Iggy has supersonic hearing. That's why he heard it all.
That's why he woke up at the end.
Yeah.
Damn, these kids sleep soundly for fugitives.
I mean, trauma and exhaustion can do that to you.
Doesn't trauma usually make you sleep less? Or no?
I think it depends how it manifests.
I feel like
Yeah,
when you're actively in the trauma
Yeah.
at the moment, I feel like you probably sleep more
that's probably fair.
because they're exhausted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's more like the exhaustion of the trauma in your brain bringing down your capacity to mentally handle it. And you're just like, sleep. Sleep is great.
it is great. I'm
Actually,
tired.
you know what it probably is? It's probably that they're 2% bird, and when it's dark, birds fall asleep instantly, and you can't wake them up.
Wait,
What?
actually?
Yeah, like that's why, well, especially hawks and falcons, that's why they hood them. Like
Are
if
you
you have like a falconry
serious?
bird, if you put a hood on, they'll immediately calm down and like fall asleep because at night
What?
they just like won't do
How did I
anything.
never know this?
Yeah.
That's bonkers.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
like a hooded hawk or falcon is just like chilling.
oh my god, how cute would it be then if like the bird kids were like, "Well, time for bed," and they all put their hoodies on backwards and just
Oh
conk
my
right out.
god. They really would just need a very good sleep mask.
Yeah,
Yeah. That would be a convenient. Actually, I want to be 2% that.
yeah,
Where you just
uh-huh,
put something over your eyes and it's like passed out.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Seems convenient.
That is the most in my 30s sentence I've ever said, I think.
Yeah.
Imagine sleeping
Ama-
easily. Wow.
Whoa, couldn't be me.
This is a fantastical book. Next chapter?
Next chapter.
Next
last one?
chapter.
Yeah.
The one where Max is 30.
The one where Max is 30 and she wakes up 100 times more tired than when she went to sleep.
Yeah.
Tell me about it, Max. Oh.
Yeah. Another unrelatable reference as she wakes up.
Yeah, what the heck?
So Max references the Grimm's fairy tale of the 12 dancing princesses, which, as someone who loves fairy tales, I had never heard of.
Yeah. I only know about it because, what's it called? House of Salt and Sorrows was popular on Book Talk for a hot second, and it's a,
Retelling?
yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Because I was going to say, I don't know of it, I guess because there hasn't been a retelling of it.
No, there has been.
But I guess as of this year. Last
Well,
year?
no, like 2020,
It's
I think.
pretty old.
Yeah. The sequel just came out like a couple weeks ago, though, I think. Maybe a month ago,
Exciting.
I guess.
Yeah, I looked up the fairy tale and it's just classic Grimm fairy tale.
Right? Tell us.
Where it's just kind of menacing. Well, it's like, so the 12 princesses are like locked in their room every night, and yet in the morning their shoes are always worn out. And so their dad is like, anybody who can prove or find out what's happening can have their preferred daughter and half the kingdom.
Oh my god.
And anyone who tries and fails is executed.
Oh my god.
For no, why? I don't know.
What? What?
And apparently there's like, wow, the princes can't figure it out. I guess the king is executing princes from other countries. I don't really know
Yeah,
how you can
that's
do
fine.
that. They sort of gloss over it. But an elderly soldier, no, a retired soldier, so I guess probably not that old.
He's probably like 29.
Yeah, gets like an old lady in the woods who's like, yo, don't eat or drink anything that the princesses give you. And it turns out that he is the one who figures it out, which is that the princesses every night are going through a trap door in their room, which I guess no one thought to look for ever, and getting on boats across a lake
Okay.
to go dancing at like a, I don't know if it's fairy or just mystery court with 12 beautiful princes, and every
Wow.
night they dance the whole night away and then they come home. They're not like cursed or anything.
No? Okay.
They just do it.
They're just party animals.
They're just partying all night. Like, it's so funny because the description of it is like, in later versions, the princesses are cursed. It's like, no, they aren't. They're just like letting all these guys be executed just so that they can dance all night.
Great.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fine.
Yep. And that's, I guess, the soldier proves it and gets to marry one of them.
Wow, I'm sure she loved that.
Yeah, and nothing happens to the other princesses. They aren't held accountable for just dipping for every night and letting a bunch of princes get murdered. Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, so basically exactly like Max.
Yeah, just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Just the same amount of curses, probably. So,
Again, for like a kind of strange
right?
reference to use. Like, I think if I was like, I want to reference a fairy tale here, I'd be like The Princess and the Pea. I feel
Yeah,
like everyone knows that one. Yeah, she
yeah.
couldn't sleep all night. That's like a kind of standard reference to make.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Maybe the 12 Dancing Princesses were more popular in 1942 when James Patterson was born or whatever.
Probably. I don't know. Maybe Jeb had a Bible, a book of Grimm's fairy tales, and a couple of like bootleg VHSs from the 80s or whatever, and that was the media that they grew up on.
Yeah, like there's no reference to it being like originally from like there's no religious
No,
side to
yeah.
it based on our other decisions lately that Max just knows God stuff.
Yeah. I want maybe yeah, but they face I was gonna say maybe Jeb used it as like a cautionary tale of some kind, like, oh, don't sneak out because bad things will happen. But if you say the princesses don't face any consequences whatsoever for sneaking out and getting a bunch of dudes executed, that's not much of a
Yeah.
warning.
Yeah, maybe it's like only telling scary kids stories to keep the kids inside or something like that. You know, maybe Jeb was doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
I can't
strange.
think of a reason why Max would know this.
Honestly, what it leads me to believe is that Max is just a big fan of fairy tales. Just
Uh-huh.
like me. Wow.
Just like yeah.
So
Yeah. What
relatable.
led you to that conclusion?
Yeah. Just like me, for real, for real, for real, for
For
real.
sure. Wow.
Anyway,
So
that's all I
similar.
had about that.
It's just very strange.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not strange if you read this book like a normal person.
Yeah, you probably don't really pay attention to.
Probably doesn't even cross your mind.
Probably not.
No.
You're like, yeah, Max just described the whole fairy tale in like a sentence, so I get it.
Yeah. Imagine reading this book in like 3 days as opposed to a year and a half.
3 days is a long time to be reading this book.
Yeah.
Unlike us, 3 years, baby.
Maybe. Just what I thought I was getting myself into.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, what a good time we have here on Midlight Crisis, the podcast.
So good. We're just promoting our podcast in the middle of our podcast.
Who would do such a thing?
Not me. Okay, what else about this chapter? What are we doing? Anything else?
Max almost does a swear, I think.
Oh, yeah.
She says, "What the heck?" And I read it as someone about to say, "What the hell?" and then remembering that there are children present and changing it halfway through. But
That's a good reading of it, I think. Yeah.
yeah, like, I guess it could just be that she's saying, heck.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that Max swears like a grandma because she's like, oh my god, my 3 little baby children have been horrifically tortured. I will not swear in their presence.
Yeah, this child who can read minds has never heard a swear before.
Yeah.
So I better not swear.
I mean, I feel like if Nudge knew how to swear, that could be a problem. She
That's
would
fair.
probably do it a lot just
Yeah.
without thinking.
I do think you're right because if Max didn't intend to say heck,
Uh-huh.
she instead probably would have said HE double hockey sticks. Are we supposed to do now? Yeah.
That's an excellent point. What the HE double hockey sticks?
Okay, wait. We should take a bet on if we think that's going to show up somewhere in here. No, I think it's too close to hell because you could just read it out loud. Or you could just see most of the letter.
But if you have to write out double hockey sticks,
That's fair.
I still think it's too close to hell. Parents
Yeah,
would
me
have
too.
complained.
I think so. Because they'd be like, what do hockey sticks look like? Oh, an L. Do
Uh-huh.
people outside of Canada know what hockey sticks look like?
Russians for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And Sweden's.
Yeah.
And Finnish. And
That's
Yeah.
fair.
yeah.
Yeah, the Nordics, the Americans.
Yeah.
Do we think HE double hockey sticks is a Canadian idiom or
That is a
universal one?
great question.
This is a great question. I need to look it up right now.
Yeah,
HE double hockey sticks. Oh, it's a 1999 film.
oh yeah?
So maybe it is more popular.
It might be more
Oh,
universal
it's
than...
on Wiktionary.
Is there an etymology of the phrase?
I think it might be used everywhere.
Wow.
Etymology: hell spelled out, referring to the fact that capital L looks like a hockey stick.
Okay.
Thanks.
It's a little unhelpful.
The part below, you know, where it says like, what does it mean? It says
Mhm.
one, and then in brackets, idiomatic, euphemistic, hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Euphemistic hell.
Usage notes may be spelled with varying levels of hyphen usage. Okay,
There's no
great.
standardized spelling of HE double hockey sticks.
Turns out there isn't. Anyway, that was a long tangent for that. But
No, but we needed to know.
yeah, I don't
It's
know. The
so
kids
important.
eat some peanuts.
Yeah.
They call 411.
Yeah. I call the operator to try to get the address for the institute.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and Max, I think, actually thought it would work. Like, she seemed actually kind of disappointed that it didn't work.
Yeah.
Which, like, girl, your critical thinking skills.
I mean, I guess I don't know how in phone book times, were things allowed to not be listed in the phone book?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
No.
But if they're like a super shadowy government organization that like has erasers planted everywhere, as we're kind of assuming that they do,
Yeah.
they could probably avoid the phone book. There's a like wacky fantasy idea that like the phone book is just the all-knowing
Yeah.
power in the universe.
Everything you need to know is in there.
Yeah, everything that anybody has ever known is in a phone book. Because it has to be, otherwise the world will end or something.
This is the start of a middle grade book from like Set Right Now, where a kid finds a phone book and is like, "What the hell is this?"
Oh my god, yeah.
Sorry, what the HE double hockey sticks is this?
What the heck is this?
What the heck is this?
Is this what I'm paying for?
Anyway,
Just a reference for us all to enjoy.
then the TVs talk to Max, which,
Yeah.
depending on if TVs have computer chips in them in 2004, 6, I don't know if this plays into my theory anymore. Unclear.
Unclear. Maybe the chip in Max's head emits its own Wi-Fi or something.
Oh yeah. Wow, convenient. A
Wow.
walking Wi-Fi is fine.
So useful.
Hotspot.
Just hotspot directly into my brain.
Watch some movies on that and charge it to the school.
Amazing.
Drain their budget.
It's like, oh well, you didn't make my my data shut off when I hit the cap, so it
Sorry,
just kept
this
going.
bird kid only has 4 gigabytes of data.
Aw.
Aw.
Aw, that's not very much for a
That's
whole
not-
child.
For a whole child. Can't even watch a movie on this kid.
You gotta download it while you're on Wi-Fi to watch later.
Yeah, bring Max to Wi-Fi.
Max needs to connect to Wi-Fi to communicate.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What if this is why Max knows all these random...
Oh my god!
Because she's just connected to the internet.
The internet is just in her brain, and it's like, you know what this is like? The 12 Dancing Princesses. And she's just like, yeah, for sure.
She's like, I'm really tired. What is that like? And her brain is like Google searches being really tired. Metaphor.
Yeah, you know the common idiom, wow, I feel just like the 12 Dancing Princesses.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying it these days.
Everyone's on it.
Mm-hmm. The voice is like a little weird.
Fun.
It keeps telling Max to go have fun, go play. And that play is integral to brain development, which I think is accurate, but for some reason it's really creepy when anybody says it in a book.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they end up at an arcade
Oh.
or something, but like it's weird to me. I don't like, why can the voice not just tell them to go somewhere?
Right?
Like it's like get on the Madison Avenue bus, but it doesn't say like go to the playground at
Yeah.
you know?
It like, so do you think it's directing them to a specific place?
Yeah.
Oh.
That is as I recall.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what I thought it was doing. I don't think it was that, but I think it was just
Yeah.
being weird. I don't know. Anyway.
It also is probably. But I think it's like maybe it directs it to like an arcade and then somebody at the arcade knows it, or like, or the Is the computer guy at the arcade? Maybe.
Yeah, wait, when you said that, I was like, I bet that guy is going to be there.
I could be making that up, but it's either that or maybe it's like directing them to somewhere that's like across the street from the institute or something.
Oh my gosh,
You know?
probably. Yeah. And then they'll be like, wow, Max, how did you know to come here? And she'll be like, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I just thought
Lucky
really
guess.
hard about it.
It was in the phone book.
Exactly. The phone book that I found but didn't show to any of you.
Yeah. Well, they were asleep.
Oh, sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, on that note, shall we guess what's going to happen
Oh, yeah.
when they get on the
Right.
bus?
Yeah.
We guess formally, too, don't we?
Formally guessing, where I'm not allowed to say anything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. As always, I will read you the first sentence of each of the next 4 chapters, and you have to try and guess.
Okay.
Okay, chapter 89. I don't know about the rest of you who have little voices, but something about mine made me feel completely compelled to listen to it.
Oh,
Wow.
I hate
Ooh.
that.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable.
It's like, yeah.
Max now has OCD, perhaps? Ew, what if it's Jeb?
That's also what my first thought was. It's just Jeb in her head.
Ugh, get out of there.
Yeah.
A yuck.
Yuck.
Well, great guess. Okay, chapter 90. Oh, this is gonna be a big giveaway. Okay, chapter 90, your sentence is, we poor, underprivileged, pathetic bird kids had never been in a toy store.
Oh, they go to a toy store, eh?
That's how the
Oh.
Institute lures them in.
Oh,
Yeah.
ew.
Yuck
Yeah.
again.
Gross.
Oops.
Sam, it's so good that you use your powers for good.
What do you mean?
You keep coming up with these diabolical ideas.
My brain's in a dark place, it would seem.
Oh, God. You're just like ready to go.
Take over the world.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Yep. Nope. Chapter 91.
Uh-huh.
Your sentence is Fang.
They're probably like okay. Based off like how these chapters go, they're probably still in the toy store. So like we're gonna get 4 chapters of them in this toy store, or like getting
Yeah.
to they're gonna get to the toy store. They're gonna be in the toy store. There's gonna be some sort of disturbance at the toy store, which is involving Max yelling "Fang" for some reason. I don't know what it is, but there's a disturbance at the toy store. And then the 4th chapter
Erasers.
is gonna be them escaping the toy store.
Yeah,
I've nailed it. I know it.
yeah. I'm convinced.
Great.
Give us the 4th chapter.
Okay.
Tell
Yeah.
us how
On that
right Sam
note,
is.
I'll tell you the beginning of chapter 92, which will be really helpful. Fang and I exchanged a look.
Oh my god.
Yeah, see, they're exchanging a look because now they're either cornered by whatever, probably erasers, let's be honest. I haven't had an eraser chase in a while. I'm missing it.
Yeah.
They're exchanging a look because they're cornered in the back alley of the toy store, and I don't know. They're gonna either get captured or somehow fly away.
Great guess.
Or maybe the chase hasn't started yet, because Max
That
keeps
too,
doing.
yeah.
She keeps doing the thing where she and Fang are the only ones who notice that they're in peril, and they communicate silently with their eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe they're making a silent plan to escape the
Yeah.
erasers that are surely there. Because I agree, it's been too long since we had an eraser. I'm starting to get suspicious.
Me too. I've been guessing it for the last I don't know how many episodes, and I've been wrong. I'm very mad. I don't like being wrong.
You just purged this book so thoroughly from your mind.
It's true. I truly did.
I thought I had some memory of this book, but it's so small.
Yeah.
Apparently, the only memory I had was the one scene with going to the vet and taking an x-ray.
Yeah.
And that was about it.
We're doing great over here.
We're doing great. Speaking of doing great, let's
Yeah?
talk about other stuff that we're reading right now.
Great.
Great. I started and finished like 2 days ago, Illuminations by T. Kingfisher. I think it's a full book. I don't think it's a novella, but it's like kind of a short book about magical painters. It's like a middle grade book, and it was so fun. I had such a good time.
That's cute.
It
Wow.
made me cry at the end
Ooh.
with family feelings. Yeah,
Did
I heard
someone
you
find
gasped.
them?
I heard you gasp there. Well, it wasn't a found family is the thing.
Oh, it was a regular family?
So
I
you'll
like
probably
those too.
hate it.
No, I like it when they're regular families.
When they're regular family also.
When they come together, you know?
Yeah, when they
in
come
one
together.
in one set.
Yeah.
Pre-assembled family.
Pre-assembled family. Yeah. Yeah, so I really liked that one. But then I am currently reading, but also like barely started, The Watchmaker of Filigree Street,
Ooh.
which is the first book before Bedlam Stacks, which is our Midlight book club book.
Isn't it a 0.5?
They're like two separate stories that I think occur in the same sort of universe, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, it's like historical fantasy. It's our universe. I've read both of them. I didn't know they were connected.
Yeah, and that's
Until
fine. But
Goodreads.
if a book says number 1.5, I physically can't not read the one before it. So
Sure.
I started it and I really like it so far. But
Yeah.
again, I'm like 10% of the way in. And then I'll get to Bedlam Stacks.
Okay, great.
And that's what I'm reading.
Nice.
Nice. Happy to see you reading again.
Yeah, we'll see how long it lasts.
I read a very Sophie book in theme of Sophie reading again, called The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy by Megan Bannon. But I gotta warn you, Sophie. There's miscommunication like nobody's business.
Oh no! Oh no, my one fear.
Uh-oh.
It's
God,
really
okay.
good. And like
Yep.
I've seen the word cozy romance fantasy used to describe it, which is like really accurate, because that's exactly what it is. It's very cute, but I had to knock a star because the miscommunication killed me.
Oh god, it's bad miscommunication too.
I am just at the point where I'm just like, adults just need to talk to each other. We all just need to be honest with each other. We just need to talk and use our words, and I just can't handle it right now.
I can usually, yes, I agree. I feel like miscommunication I can usually handle up to a certain point of the book.
Yeah.
And then there's a part where it's just like, this is just ridiculous. Why is it still miscommunicating?
Yeah. Yeah. So like
adults,
this one can be like forgiven. Like it's not the worst, but it's there. So just be warned. Other than that, I started reading A Broken Blade by Melissa Blair, which if you're on Book Talk, this book was given out to a bunch of book talkers under a mysterious author as a PR thing.
Oh.
And then turns out the author was a fellow book talker. And I don't know. Apparently it's good, but
that's cute.
Yeah, but I haven't been grabbed yet, but I was also reading it on the plane and my eyes hurt, so that might have been why. And then to Sophie's delight, I also started reading Paladin's Strength by T. Kingfisher.
Yeah.
Nice. I gotta get to those ones. I haven't yet though, but what I did get to, I don't remember what I was reading last time we recorded, but I read 10 Things That Never Happened by Alexis Hall, which is just okay. Which I think is interesting for an Alexis Hall book, because his books are usually either really good or not good at all. And this one was just kind of fine.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I also read The Chalice of the Gods, which is the new Percy Jackson book, and that one was delightful.
Wow.
Nice. Big fan of my boy, Percy Jackson, trying to get admissions letters to go to college. Very cute. I finished listening to Brissinger yesterday, and yeah, many shocking realizations in that book, in addition to Saphira being Cookie Monster, that Murtagh was Scottish, and Oryx smokes at least a pack a day. Those are surprising. But I just finished that one last night, so I haven't started listening to anything else yet, but I did start reading Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson.
Ooh. Oh,
which is also magical painting, inexplicably.
Wow.
Damn.
That's pretty good so far. I'm only like 80 odd pages in, but I feel like it's going to be good. It's very unique, the world building is very unique. Very unique, what a stupid phrase. It is unique. Which I'm starting to get is like a Sanderson hallmark, Sam?
Yeah. I was talking to my boyfriend about this, and like Brandon Sanderson is very good at writing like fantasy that's not generic fantasy. So like that's a very good word to describe it. Like all of his magic systems, everything, all the creatures and different kinds of people and everything in it. He always does it in a way that's like not how you traditionally think of fantasy. It's very cool, actually. You won't see an
Yeah.
elf in a Brandon Sanderson book, that's for sure.
I mean, I would never have come up with something like a nightmare painter, but it's a very cool idea. But if you liked this chapter of Midlight Crisis, consider rating and reviewing us on Spotify or your podcatcher of choice. You can talk to us and find fun-related content on social media. We are intermittently on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Tumblr, and Blue Sky. And all chapters of the show thus far are available on our website, midlightpod.podbean.com, and on YouTube.
And Max, like any of us, when we have a minor inconvenience in public, if I had been alone, I would have started bawling. Instead, I had to desperately try to keep it together.
Yeah.
Too real. Too
Yeah.
real. Yeah.
It's me, baby.
Every time.
No comment.